Hi, everybody. Welcome as we get set for the second matchup between the Bears and the Coyotes. The first happened in Bruton. This one takes place in Bay Minette. Robert Williamson set to bring the coverage as these two squads meet. Let's take a quick look at who will be on the floor first. Dozier, couple of keys, Wright, Mullinax, Stevenson, and Vaughn. All part of that starting seven, if you will, 6 on the floor at one particular moment. And we'll take a look in just a moment at the 6 on the floor for Coastal South. Got an opportunity to do that. Let's squeeze it in here. They're decimated by injuries, and here are the ladies who will be on the floor. Craman, Snow, Stewart, Alleman, Martin, Wilson, and Boudreaux for the Coyotes. And you got a couple of early Bear points in this one. These two teams have already met once. In that meeting, it was a Coyote win. 3-2. And as a matter of fact, for Coastal Alabama South, haven't been that many 5-set matches, but had one when these two teams met. For Bevill State, they have been in 4 prior 5-set matches. 2-1 ball game. Alexandria Miller checking into the lineup to serve. 15 aces on the year, second most on the team. Launches it over, caught the top of the net, at least trying to launch it over. Hoping that you catch the top of the net and then trickle it over, but instead it drops on the Coyote side, makes it a 3-1 game. And Aliana Key will serve. I mentioned there are a couple of keys, Aliana and Kylie, as it is bumped over to Craman. Craman will drop it in front of the sideline. And now, at least that's what the corner judge said. The head umpire saying, no, that was a little wide. Makes it a 4-1 lead for Bevill State. Both teams struggling a little bit, but where the Coyotes in particular are concerned, Craman with a nice dig and save, driven over Wilson into the stands, and it's a 4-2 game. Injuries. And you talk about injuries. Randall Rollison, Camille German, Brianna Sanders. And Bevill State have had their taste of injuries as well. As a matter of fact, in Bruton this afternoon, they're starting libero. Molly Schultz injured, came out of the game and not in the lineup in the 7 o'clock matchup with these Coyotes from Coastal South. So both teams are battling injuries. Wilson to serve. I mentioned just about every time these two teams, or any team, meets South, the fact that Wilson is just so vital to Coastal Alabama South, leads in practically every category. Kills, aces near the top and hitting. Driven over, picked up by Key. Back set, two-hander by Dozier. Drops it in the corner, breaks the 4-4 tie. And makes it a 5-4 game. Charlie Scruggs is in Bruton, Alabama tonight, where Coastal Alabama North is playing as we speak, taking on Northwest Mississippi. So if you're a big Coastal fan, you want to watch them both, you can. We've got them on our website, on YouTube as well. Just load up multiple devices. Craman sending it over. Bumped over to Dozier. And he got a couple of hits from one player, knots it up at 5. And that one player, Katie Dozier. Sophie Craman serving. Picked up in the backcourt by Madison Kelly. Fisted over by Dozier, and not able to get there was Hardigan. Good to be with you on a Friday night. Typically we are in a football stadium somewhere, but tonight, Bayside Academy, one of the teams that we bring you on Friday, has an open date. So an opportunity to do a little volleyball. 2 hits on the Hardigan set. And actually, for me, a little bit better. Tomorrow I head to Milledgeville, Georgia. Always got to get up early to make the trip for JUCO football, GMC, and snow. Tipped over. Nice dig by Mosley. Thought the point would have been scored right then and there by Alleman. But it does eventually come and make it a 7-6 game. But with volleyball on a Friday versus football, Martin getting the ace off of Key. Can get to the house a little bit earlier tonight and cop a few extra Z's before heading to Milledgeville at about 5 a.m. tomorrow morning. Put over by Martin. Bounced over to the mid part of the floor and sent across by Mosley. Cramen able to save it with a dive. Snow sticks it into the net. Bears take the lead 8-7. Checking into the ball game is Abby Wright. Abby Wright got into one set the last time these two teams met. Right out a month ago, 31st of August. Tipped back over by Stevenson, bumped to that front line, setting up Key, drives it left side. Cramen there in the back corner. Actually, that is Boudreau in the back corner. Picked up by Snow. Resetting Snow, blocked by Stevenson. Hardigan to Stewart, tips it over with the left hand. Mid part of the floor, driven by Stevenson into the corner. Bears take a 2-point lead, and Wright will serve again. Abby Wright came into the day with 2 aces. Boudreau, first pass over to Stewart, drives it. Wright's there. Pulled back onto the Bear side by Mosley. And not able to get to an errant Vaughn pass was a trio of Bears. Mosley tried to get their Key. Wright. It drops. South makes it a 1-point game. Alleman serving. Setting up Stevens, and you got a couple of hits, I think. No, a net violation. Net violation by Mosley. Knots it up at 9. Alleman with the serve. Back set to Key. Stewart able to block it off Key and out of bounds. South taking the lead. Coyotes donning some new wardrobe. At least haven't seen this gold color for the Coyotes. Over goes to Key, shoves it into the backcourt. Boudreau there. To the mid part of the floor. Cramen lobs it where nobody was. Alleman will serve again. They were down when Alleman started serving. They're up now by 2. Over to Key. Drives it. Dug out by Boudreau. Over it goes to Wilson. Wright's there. And I think 2 hits on the set by Mosley. Got a feeling if there was another South point without a Bear scoring, well, there's not going to be. Alleman with the error. I was about to say a timeout is coming, but no need. Serve back over to Stevenson. Ten serving 12. Boudreau there. Over it goes to Stewart. Drives it. Picked up by Stevenson. Mosley setting up Key. Lobs it over Stewart. Able to get underneath Wilson. Into the corner. Reaching to get it Mosley. From the left side. Cross court try from Key. Setting up Stewart. Wright receives. Over to Key. Snow able to get it, but back over by Key. Boudreau to Alleman. Back set to Key. Boudreau there in the backcourt. Over it goes to Stewart. Shoves it towards the sideline and drops it in. South lead goes to 3. Grayson Snow to serve. Snow with a couple of aces this year. Lost at the key, able to reach and get it Mosley. Two-handed shove by Wright, sat on top of the net, able to get it Stewart, but Alleman can't get the Stewart pass. And it'll be Kylie Key serving. Jordan Vaughn, the libero, checking back into the lineup for Bevill State. Snow able to get an errant Boudreaux toss. Wilson will send it over. That is crushed by Taylor Mullinex. Mullinex led Bevill State the last time these two teams played one another with 8 kills. Hit .353 that day. Key with the serve, Cramen there. Back set to Stewart. Drives it, drops it, right in front of Key. Coastal Alabama South with a 2-point lead, and Alexandria Miller checking in to serve. Lofted over to right. Mosley setting up Mullinex, tipped back over by Cramen. Mullinex and Martin battling. Bumped over to Dozier. She'll drive it. Picked up by Alleman. Martin somehow able to get it off the net. Cramen trying to flip it over and couldn't. And Aliana Key will serve as Madison Kelly checks into the lineup for the Bears. Off the floor is Abby Wright. Into the backcourt to Snow, setting up Cramen. Drives it. It is good. Got it in front of the sidelines. And the serve back over to Coastal Sound. 78 aces on the year for Sound. 68 for Bevill State. Madison Kelly making it a 1-point game. Jordan Vaughn, the libero, 17 matches, 55 sets coming into today. Played in her 18th against Coastal North, now her 19th match against Coastal South. Sent over by Hardigan. What a block by Alleman on the Dozier kill attempt. And Sophie Cramen will serve. Cramen, the sophomore, 19 matches, 61 sets, just doesn't come off the floor. Stevenson drives it. Alleman got to it. Cramen able to retrieve. Snow will pop it over. Over to Stevenson, blocked by Martin. Dozier sending it over Alleman. Back over to Alleman on that left side. Blocked by Stevenson off Cramen. Back to a 1-point game. Laura Lee Mosley, 9 aces on the year, delivering to Cramen. Back set to Martin, and is blocked by Stevenson. And we are knotted up at 16 all. Busy weekend of sports. Volleyball today, baseball and football tomorrow, baseball on Sunday. Hardigan sending it over to Alleman. Drives it, drops it in front of outside of the inlet. And Bevill State taking 1-point lead. Mosley again serving. The sophomore will drive it over to Cramen. Setting up Martin, shoves it into the backcourt. Lee is there. Mosley tips it over. Cramen able to get underneath. Over to Mosley, and she tried to get it inside the antenna, but couldn't. Bears take a 2-point lead. We've got a timeout on the floor. You're watching Coastal Alabama South Volleyball on JockJive.
It's the dreaded appointment. You've put it off long enough. You've run out of excuses. And now you've got to face your fears head on. Fortunately, there's someone there who won't hold your feelings against you. Somebody whose efforts instead will give you your best selfie smile. You'll thank her when it's over. Be somebody. Enroll in the Dental Assisting Program at Coastal Alabama Community College.
(18-16) Bears advantage coming out of the Coastal South timeout. Over to Kelly, bangs it off Alleman, able to get it Cramen. Free ball sent over by Harnigan. And you got Bears running into one another. Stevenson dabbing the eye. Turns into a Coyote point. And Stevenson, like, hey, Coach, yeah, the eye's banged up, but I want to stay in the game. 1 point game with Martin serving. Launches it to Vaughn. Back set, a little too strong, but able to tip it over. Kelly, Cramen not able to get there. And the Bears expand their lead by 2. Nobody has been able to mount a big lead. I believe 3 has been the largest. When it was 12-9 South. Stewart into the net. A 3-point lead matched here in 2017 Bears. Abby Wright serving a couple of aces this year for the 222 hitter. On a 110 hitting Bevill State squad. Alleman gets it first. Cramen will fist it over. Right underneath. Mosley setting up Key. Drives it down the line, drops it in. Bears by 4. And that is the match's largest lead. Obviously, first set. Set's largest lead, too. Bears have won 19 sets, lost 55 this year. Over to Mosley. Two-handed tip over. Key trying to get it above Stewart. Holloman dropping it on the Bears side. Key floating it over, dug out by Harnigan. Over to Alleman, into the backcourt to right. Mosley setting up Key on the left side, and she's got it in front of the inline. Bears take a 5-point lead. Coastal South, 15 set wins and 48 losses this year. Boudreaux first to receive. Over it goes to Stewart. Key gets a piece. Back set. Over to Alleman, and Alleman goes wide. Bevill State won the first set between these two on August 31st. Won in 25-22. It was a back and forth. Wide with the Abby Wright serve. When they met August 31st, Bevill State won 1, Coyotes 2, Bevill 3, Coyotes 4 and 5. Into the net, Alleman on the service error. And we are at set point for Bevill State. 24 serving 18. Stevenson with the serve. Boudreaux's there. Setting up Wilson. Drives it. Dropped it in. Set's not over. Serve goes back over to South. Grayson Snow to handle the honors, the freshman. She's been in 19 matches, 59 sets. Launches it over to Key. Setting up Molinax. Able to get there, Grayson. Grayson Snow. Key tipping it over. Nice save by Alleman. Boudreaux bumps it to Wilson. Wilson drives it. Right, able to get the Key pass. Bumped over by Key. A couple of keys on this Bears squad. Driven over by Cramen. South still alive in set number 1. Got an ace by Grayson Snow. 3-point game. Bears don't want this one to slip away. Coyotes wouldn't mind. And we've got a timeout on the floor.
Preparing for surgery is like getting ready for the big game. You arrive early. You get your mind right. You make sure every tool is ready and the team has the right equipment. Your patient may never know your name. They may never realize that somebody cared enough to ensure all the little tasks were done right. But that's okay. You do. Be somebody. Enroll in the Surgical Technology program at Coastal Alabama Community College.
Coyotes trying to battle back here late in set number 1. We're down 23-17. Now it's a 24-21 game. Keys sending it over. Wilson gets underneath. Flipped into the backcourt by Craven. Setting up Mullinax, and she will drive it into the Stewart block. And the opening set will be a Bear victory. So we have played one and after one. Bears lead it 1-0. Obviously, Coyotes hoping for at least a 4-set match now as we get ready for set number 2 after the break.
You're organized, driven, focused, ready to create the life of luxury in the most beautiful and unique locations, locally and around the world. Discover hospitality management at Coastal Alabama Community College.
Just about all Wayne Jones County. Diving catch at shortstop. Gross. Towards the gap. Diving catch in center field by Ben Aklinski. There is a shot towards deep short. Kraft's got it. Long throw over, and he got it.
University of Alabama Online, where legends log in. A tradition of excellence. Decades of experience in distance learning. Empowering students of all ages. More than 90 degree and certificate programs to advance your career. UA Online. Flexible, affordable, legendary. Let your computer be your campus. Visit online.ua.edu.
Here's the 7 guy. Right up the middle, base hit, back-to-back base hit. Starter with a double. The single from Cumbie coming to the plate and tagged down at home. Set number 2 gets underway. Bears win the first one 25-21. Let's see if we get a repeat of August 31st in Fayette. Blocked by Key, over goes to the opposite side. Nice job by Wilson. Just kind of did a backhand to get it inside the antenna. That will drop in front of Oliver. And the first points in set number 2 belong to the Bears. I don't know if we can call anything from a very early lead, but Bears scored first in the opening set and won it. And they score first in this one too. Key drives it over to Boudreaux. Back set Alleman. Stewart bumps it over. Back set. Cross court kill from Dozier. Bears take a 2-zip lead. Bears trying to get a 50-50 split on a Friday of volleyball from here in extreme South Alabama. Lost earlier this afternoon to Coastal North, 3-9. Stewart, too long. Kylie Key, the freshman, will again serve. Craman, just not the set she was hoping for. You can get her on a couple of things. 2 hits, probably an illegal hit tossed in. Craman, though, is, I was mentioning, I think, a couple of days ago when we were doing South Volleyball that Wilson's got to be considered as one of, if there is an MVP title for the South team, as one of the contenders, but you got to consider Sophie Craman too. She is such a steady, consistent figure. Never comes off the floor and gives you pretty good hitting percentage. Decent number of kills, digs. Just a very steady player. That will go long for Martin. Key with the serve. Got a back set to Wilson. Wilson will drive it in. Is blocked by Molinax. Serve back over to the other side of the floor. Molinax 8 kills when they met in August. Hit .353. Key slaps it over. Wilson steps up. Sends it through the Molinax block. And Wilson will serve, a .208 hitter on a .149 hitting Coastal South squad. These two teams in comparable spots in the statistics in the ACCC. Driven over by Martin. South 10 in kills percent, Bevill State 11. South 9 in hitting, Bevill State 11. South 10 in assist percent, Bevill State 12. Coastal South 10 in blocks a set. Bevill State is 9. Aces a set. Coastal South 10, Bevill State 12. Digs a set. 8 for South and 7 for Bevill. Back-to-back aces for Wilson. And that has got a timeout asked for by the Bears. 1-point game, set number 2.
Think you need a 4-year degree to make good money? Think again. Get training in your own backyard. Master a skill to land a job fast. And start your path to a career that pays. Discover welding at Coastal Alabama Community College. So what are you waiting for?
Four unanswered Coastal South points, 5 straight. And we are knotted up at 6. A 5-point deficit erased, and it's a tie game at 6. And it's all been behind the serving of Rachel Wilson. On pumped over to Key. Free ball sent over by Dozier. Setting up the mid part of the floor. Martin knew there was a vacancy on the back left side. Exploits it. South takes the lead. Their first second set lead. And Wilson will serve again. 151 kills on the year. Tops on the team, launches it over. Vaughn there. Too strong with that first pass. And Martin able to slap it back over. Turns it into an 8-6 game. Charlotte Beasley, head coach for Bevill State. Conversation with the official. Now a conversation with Key. Opening set in Bruton, Northwest Mississippi has knocked off Coastal Alabama North 26-24 in the opening set there. Wilson sending it over as we're back into action. Cramen gets underneath. Back over to Cramen. Cramen with the kill. 8 straight South points. And they've got their biggest lead not only of the set, but have matched the biggest lead of the match for these Coyotes at 3. That's a little bit long. So after 8 straight, string snapped. Bears pick up their 7th point. And get the serve back. Nibble the top of the net. Miller able to get to it, but it is put right back over by Kelly. And here come the Bears back into the game. Served up by Vaughn. Filling that libero's role after the injury to Molly Schultz. Looked like a hit pointer earlier today in set number 2 against Coastal North. Came out of the game. Didn't get back on the floor in Bruton, not on the floor here in Bay Minette. Cramen serving. Key is there, setting up the mid part of the floor. Stevenson blocked by Alleman. Over it goes to Kelly, sends it into the backcourt. Miller is there. Back set, Snow steps up. Did it get fingertips? It did on the way out. Back to a 3-point South lead. And Cramen will serve again. 12 aces on the year, 3rd most on the team. Sends it to Kelly. Back set. Driven over by Dozier, picked up by Snow, bumped over by Cramen. Setting up Stevenson, and Stevenson will drive it. Well, the opening set was pretty much nip and tuck. Did see Bevill State pull away by a margin of 7 late, but that was narrowed to a 25-21 final. And really, this is the point in which Bevill State in the opening set began to pull away. Coastal had a 12-9 lead. And Bevill picked it up a notch. That is long from Martin. Here it was an 11-8 lead, another 3-point advantage, and Bears have cut it to 1. Served over by Mosley. Hardigan setting up Martin, and Martin will drive it over. Kinsley Martin, a .088 hitter. Now serving, 3 aces on the year for the freshman middle hitter. Able to just send it over. Key able to get there with a dig. Picked up by Snow on the opposite side. Stewart drives it. Mosley's there. Over to Kelly, shoves it into the backcourt. Martin will get it. Hardigan over to Alleman. Alleman picked up by Key in the backcourt. Kelly drives. Craman's there, setting up Stewart. Flicks it over. Mosley able to get underneath. Diving pass by Craman. Bump by Vaughn, mid part of the floor. Stevenson sends it over. Martin is there. Craman drives it into the backcourt. Key over to Kelly. Off Stewart and out of bounds. A 1-point game, Bears and Coyotes. Here at Bay Minette at the middle school, not playing on campus until renovations to the gymnasium are complete. It's appearing that might be after volleyball ends. Goodrow gets to it first. Stewart drives it from the left side. Ryan able to get underneath. Vaughn make that Key sending it over. And we are tied at 12. Abby Wright again serving. In a 12-apiece contest. Bumped by Boudreau. Hardigan the back set. Alleman will drive it. Trying to get a pass was Mosley and couldn't the lead back over to the Coyotes. Sarah Alleman to serve. A 130 hitter. 8 aces on the year for Alleman. Into the backcourt to Vaughn. Over the mid part of the floor. Stevenson. It will go long. Boudreau reached but couldn't touch it. Good thing. Coyotes by 2. Trying to knot it up at a set each. Over to Key. Able to reach it is Alleman. Bumped by Craman. Snow will send it over with the 2 hands. Free ball from Vaughn. Setting up Stewart. Drives it into the backcourt off Mosley. And Alleman will serve again. 3-point South lead. Coastal South riding a 4-game losing streak, hoping to snap it here. Lost LBW, Sneed State, Coastal North, and Bishop State. This is their last win on the 22nd of September over Gadsden State. A save by Alleman. Snow off of Key. South lead goes to 4. It's their biggest of the match. Alleman again serving. Floats it over to Vaughn. Mosley back set to Stevenson, and she'll stick it in the net. A 5-point Coyote lead. Obviously, South hoping there is not a 3-set match. They want a 4-set match. If it's a 3-set match with Bevill winning the first, things haven't turned out like the Coyotes had hoped. Over to Key, and Boudreau reached, but then backed away, and that goes long. Coyotes by 6. Alleman rivaling Wilson with that lengthy set of serves. I want to think that's the 8th in a row for Alleman. Wilson had 9 earlier, and they scored on the first 8 for Wilson. They've scored on 8 straight for Alleman in a 19-12 game.
What's up, y'all? Here at Coastal, Alabama. About to go and get this Lug Day started. Let's get it. We're here again after it today. You're... Oh! Hey, let's go, baby. Let's ride. Yes, sir.
Coyotes trying to tie it up with a set each, leading set number 2, 19-12. Allen's 9th consecutive serve. Back set to Stevenson. Boudreau trying to dig it out and couldn't. So your lengthiest serve, Alleman and Wilson both with 9. Stevenson serving for the Bears. And she'll go wide. Coyotes 5 away from knotting it up at 1 each. Grayson Snow with that leg wrap on the thigh of the right leg. When I saw it to begin with, I'm like, hey, that's a pretty cool fashion statement. Thought it was threaded into the trousers, but no, it is a wrap. But hey, whoever makes these uniforms, I want to think about that kind of weaving in. Key able to trickle it over Craman and Alleman. Mosley off the floor, Key serving. And that is Kylie Key. You mentioned there's a couple of Keys Bevill in the state. Kylie as well as Aliana. And it is Kylie Key serving. Kylie Key, 8 aces. Half as many as Aliana Key. But between the two, a bundle. Wilson crushes it, but able to return it is right. Bumped over by Vaughn. Boudreau receives. Stewart shifts to the left hand and shoves it over. Alexandria Miller checking into the ball game to serve. Fires it over, Wright's there. Got the back set to Key. Aims for the corner, it goes out, didn't touch fingers. And you got the Coyotes 2 away from wrapping up a set 2 win. And we're starting to think a little deja vu. August 31st, Bevill State set 1, Coyotes set 2. September 29th, Bears set 1 and Coyotes about to take 2, up by 9. We are at set point with Miller serving. Back set to Key, sat on the net. Martin able to pull it off, go over to Alleman, sends it to Craman, launches into the backcourt and goes long. Here's the other Key. We had Kylie Key serving, now Aliana Key. A 133 hitter on the year. Just cleared the net. Back set for Wilson. With reckless abandon, drives it over. And the Coyotes will win it, knotted up at a set each. So we're going at least 4 tonight in Bay Minette. 25-21 in the opening set, Bears. 25-16 in set 2, Coyotes.
About to start my day, but first, coffee. Here with my coastal crew. Woo! And that's how I end my day at Coastal Alabama Community College.
Just about all Wayne Jones County. Diving catch at shortstop. Gross. Towards the gap. Diving catch in center field by Ben Aklinski. There is a shot towards deep short. Kraft's got it. Long throw over, and he got it.
University of Alabama Online, where legends log in. A tradition of excellence. Decades of experience in distance learning. Empowering students of all ages. More than 90 degree and certificate programs to advance your career. UA Online. Flexible, affordable, legendary. Let your computer be your campus. Visit online.ua.edu.
You made it. You went further than even you believed. You took your friends, your teammates, teachers, and coaches. You needed Dad, but Mom was there through it all. See, you didn't do it alone. It took a united effort. It also took you. United Baseball is a full-time organization focused on development and advancement of athletes. If you're a high school-age baseball player with a desire to play at the next level, you could be next. Log on to unitedbaseball.org to learn more.
It's early here at Coastal Alabama, but I'm going to head over to the student union and maybe meet some friends, and then I'll head to class. Yay! I finally made it to class. See you later, Coastal fam.
We know we'll at least go 4 tonight. It is a one-apiece contest. Bears win the opening set 25-21. Coyotes take set number 2, 25-16. As we get ready for set 3, Key serves, delivers an ace to begin the ball game. Opening point in every set has belonged to the Bears, and obviously we now know it's irrelevant. They scored the opening point in the first set, won it. Scored the opening point in the second set, lost it. That'll go out of bounds off of Key. So it's tied at 1 and tied at 1 in the set and in the match. Snow sending it over to Dozier. Picked up by Key, back to Dozier, and she sticks it in the net. Grayson Snow again serving. Picked up by Dozier, floats it to the front line. Backside, Key tips it over Wilson, but Stewart able to get there. Snow popping it over to Cramen eventually. Into the backcourt, Boudreau. Setting up Wilson. And Wilson will drive it over and make it a 3-1 ball game. Grayson Snow serving. A lone conference win for Coastal South against Wallace-Selma. Conference losses to North twice, Bishop State twice, Enterprise State, and LBW. Stewart, Vaughn able to get there. Key bumps it back onto the floor, and Key sends over the free ball. And Cramen drives it into the net. Aliana Key serving. She is a sophomore. Kylie Key, a freshman. I'm not sure if they are sisters or not. I'm just making an assumption they could be. Look similar, not exact. Well, they're pretty close. A little shorter hair for Key. Braided the same way. Yeah, they probably got to be sisters. Boudreau picking it up. Bumped over to Cramen. Floats it over that front line of Kelly and Mullinax. Okay, a reminder that our coverage is not only available on the website, it's available on YouTube. And yeah, we want you to subscribe. It's not a command on demand, just a request. Mullinax. Martin able to block. Fisted the wrong way by Wilson, but sent over by Miller. Back set to Dozier, and it goes long. Miller again on the serve in a 5-3 game. Well, if we continue to follow what happened in August in Fayette, Bears will win this set. That's what happened in Fayette. They won 1 and 3. Coyotes won 2, 4, and 5. Stevenson checking into the game. Back to serve as the libero Vaughn. Vaughn 121 digs. Third most on the team. Tops is Key with 204. Back set to Wilson. Able to block it was Kelly. And we are knotted up at 5 each. Jordan Vaughn sends it to Miller. Ottoman over to Martin. Martin with a two-handed shove. Over it goes to Dozier. Tips it over Wilson. Back set to Cramen. Able to get to it, Dozier. And that'll go into the net. Wilson serving. Wilson would love to go on one of those tears like she did in set number 2, when she served 9 times and 8 points. Key first pass. Stevenson couldn't take the Kylie Key pass and get it over. So Wilson will again serve. Into the net. Coastal South is 2 and 3 here at Bay Minette Middle. It is their 6th match here. Meanwhile, Bevill State hasn't won on the road. They are 0-7. Hardigan with a back set to Cramen. Gets it over Stevenson. Shoved towards the opposite side by Kelly, but a little too long. I don't know if Bevill State heads back home tonight. If they do, not a late night, it's an early morning. They'll be back in Fayette probably 1 or 2 a.m. Over it goes to Kelly, picked up by Hardigan. Ottoman steps up, drives it off Stevenson and Key. All volleyball teams in the ACCC Division II this year. And if you want to play past the regular season, you need to be in the top 4. There's a Cramen ace. And a Bear timeout. 4-point Coastal South lead in set number 3.
It's the dreaded appointment. You've put it off long enough. You've run out of excuses. And now you've got to face your fears head on. Fortunately, there's someone there who won't hold your feelings against you. Somebody whose efforts instead will give you your best selfie smile. You'll thank her when it's over. Be somebody. Enroll in the dental assisting program at Coastal Alabama Community College.
Coyotes trying to get back-to-back set wins and take a 2-1 advantage into set number 4. Back set Stevenson worked her way over to the right side, able to drive it over. Alleman sending it to Key. Mosley reaches and tips it over, but apparently got in the net. And the Coyotes lead it by 5. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Threads. I know we don't call it Twitter anymore. I've been through this. A little too strong with the back set, but Kelly able to send it over. Alleman sending it across. Kelly's there. Vaughn into the backcourt. Miller retrieves. Martin aiming for the inline, and that will wind up on the stage and almost doing the same as Jordan Vaughn. Coyotes doubling up on the Bears. 12-6 ball game with 12 serving 6. Key backs up, fires into the backcourt. Miller is there. Hardigan setting up Alleman, shoves it over. Key able to dig it out. Bumped over by Kelly. No driver, Alleman trying to quick shot it over. And Martin trying to block the Kelly shot and couldn't. Abby Wright checking into the game to serve for Bevill State. Picked up by Miller. Hardigan setting up Alleman. Right there, Mosley bumps it to Vaughn, and Vaughn sends it over. Setting up Martin, shoves it across. Key there. Back over to Aliana Key. Alleman gets to it. And Martin will send it into the net. .12 game. And Abby Wright continuing to serve, the freshman. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sophomores on this Bear squad. Hardigan thinking Cramen was there, and she wasn't. And a timeout on the floor asked for by the Coyotes.
Preparing for surgery is like getting ready for the big game. You arrive early. You get your mind right. You make sure every tool is ready and the team has the right equipment. Your patient may never know your name. They may never realize that somebody cared enough to ensure all the little tasks were done right. But that's okay. You do. Be somebody. Enroll in the Surgical Technology program at Coastal Alabama Community College.
An official coming over to the Bevill State bench. I don't know if they are checking on a player. The bench is right here near me, but I don't really see any player being tended to. Conversation primarily between the official and Coach Charlotte Beasley. There does seem to be some attention focused on particular players, but I don't think it is due to an injury. Well, and now you got the ladies at the mid part of the floor talking. So this from an observer standpoint, interesting, trying to figure out what the conversation would be about when you got Bears and Coyotes talking mid-floor. Now Kelly joining the conversation. And everybody, with the exception of one official, where they need to be to resume play. In a 12-9 game, 9 serving 12. And now Cramen going over to the head umpire and getting an explanation, I assume, for the amount of time it has taken to get out of the timeout and back to volleyball. I don't think anything has changed scoreboard-wise. Of course, I can't see the scoreboard, so I won't know until we get another break and I go and look. Alleman drives it. Wow, that bounced and popped Jordan Vaughn right in the face. She's smiling, so I guess she's okay. I would be lying in the fetal position, squalling. Martin will serve. 4-point Coyote lead, trying to take 2 straight. Over to Key. Bumps it over to Alleman. Hardigan with the back set. Sent over by Snow. A 5-point ball game. Martin on the serve. Underneath is Vaughn. Tipped over by Key. Able to get to it, Hardigan. Stewart shoves it over, but Kelly's there. Bumped by Snow. Stewart aiming for the corner and finds it. And South takes a 15-9 lead. Well, Northwest Mississippi has beaten Coastal North in set number 2, 27-25. Boy, they've had some volleyball OTs, but Northwest has won both opening sets. And now lead it 2-0. That's happening in Bruton. Charlie Scruggs on the coverage there. Here it's a 19-16 game with Martin again serving. Just bumps it over, able to get underneath is Vaughn. Craman. Hardigan to Stewart, and Stewart got into the net. Into the lineup, Mullinax. Back to serve is Kelly. Kelly, the sophomore outside hitter. 083 hitter on the year with 1 ace. Floats it over. Alleman's there. Hardigan setting Alleman up. Flips it over. Key got a piece. Mosley to Kelly. Hardigan setting up Stewart. Mosley with the save. Into the backcourt. Key and goes long. Alleman serving. Coastal South 8 away from taking a 2-1 lead. Key sending it off Boudreaux. Craman floating it to Wilson. It is blocked by Mullinax. And Kylie Key will serve. Able to get there. Snow, but not able to return the pass was Alleman. Setting up Stewart, sends it over. Key able to get there, but the pass goes the wrong way for Dozier, and Wright just can't reach the net. And Grayson Snow will serve. And baseball starts tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Showcase Series baseball here on JockJive. Jason Thompson on the call. Stewart banging it off Mullinax. Football tomorrow at noon Central, 1 o'clock Eastern. Top 15 matchup in the NJCAA. Snow College and Georgia Military. And on Sunday, more Showcase Series baseball. Shoved over to Wilson, drives it, drops it. Vaughn trying to reach it and couldn't get there. Coyotes first to 20. Alexandria Miller checking in. Miller, a non-starter, but probably gets as many minutes as a lot of the starters, as Mullinax will kill him. The last time these two teams met, played in every set. had 7 digs. As the libero Jordan Vaughn will serve for the Bears. Over to Martin. And she will be able to fight through the Dozier block. Wilson will serve. Key to Key, setting up Kelly. Shoves and drops it in front of the sideline. Great awareness on the floor for Kelly. And knew there was a vacant spot. Over to the left side for South and drops it in. The serve goes to Mosley. Hardigan setting up Martin. Mosley able to get underneath, a little strong with the pass, but able to save it right. Key sends it over. Back set. Alleman drives it. Vaughn is there. Key bumping it to the front line. Mosley will send it over. Shoved over by Alleman. From the mid part of the floor, that is Key driving. Craven sending it over. Dug out by Vaughn. Over it goes to Alleman. Ryan able to get to it. Free ball sent over by Kelly. Setting a Martin. Shoves it, bangs it off Mosley. South with a 22-15 set 3 lead. Craven serving. Key. Mosley over to Key. Key. Craven in the backcourt. Hardigan setting up Alleman. Key drives it into the backcourt. That was Hardigan who got to it, and Craven goes long. Makes it a 22-16 game. Abby Wright to serve. The freshman 222 hitter, 2 aces on the year. 21 digs, make that 2 kills. Snow goes long. Wright didn't know if it would stay in or go out. Bumps it. Over to Alleman, and Alleman with the kill. Coyotes 2 away from taking set 3. Stewart checking into the game. Miller will go out for the Coyotes. Martin sending it over and goes long. Madison Kelly will serve. An 083 hitter with a save. I make that an ace this year. Alleman sending it over. Mosley is there. Bumped over to Key. Drives it from the left side. Dug out by Boudreaux. But too strong with a pass, and Alleman couldn't get to it. So Kelly will serve again. 48 kills on the year for Kelly. 45 digs. 13 matches and 40 sets. First pass, Craven. Stewart from the right side. Bumped over to Key. Setting up Alleman. Shoves it in front of Abby Wright. And Coastal South at set point. 24-18 lead. Alleman serving. Keita Mosley. Mullinax sends it into the net. 3 sets done, 4th one coming, and the lead belongs 2-1 to the home team, Coastal South. They will swap sides of the floor. We'll get back to more volleyball from Bay Minette. Set 4 coming up.
You're organized, driven, focused, ready to create the life of luxury in the most beautiful and unique locations, locally and around the world. Discover hospitality management at Coastal Alabama Community College.
Just about all Wayne Jones County. Diving catch at shortstop. Gross. Towards the gap. Diving catch in center field by Ben Aklinski. There is a shot towards deep short. Kraft's got it. Long throw over, and he got it.
University of Alabama Online, where legends log in. A tradition of excellence. Decades of experience in distance learning. Empowering students of all ages. More than 90 degree and certificate programs to advance your career. UA Online. Flexible, affordable, legendary. Let your computer be your campus. Visit online.ua.edu.
Are you an athlete looking to play at the next level? With players and teams all across the Southeast, United teams compete regionally and nationally in Showcase Series, Perfect Game, and PBR events. Visit unitedbaseball.org and you could be next. United Baseball Organization, where the focus is always on you.
Preparing for surgery is like getting ready for the big game. You arrive early. You get your mind right. You make sure every tool is ready and the team has the right equipment. Your patient may never know your name. They may never realize that somebody cared enough to ensure all the little tasks were done right. But that's okay. You do. Be somebody. Enroll in the Surgical Technology program at Coastal Alabama Community College.
We get set number 4 underway, a 2-1 advantage that belongs to the Coyotes. Alleman serving and showing her serve technique, and over the head roll. And apparently got Coyotes with some kinfolk watching. Alleman with a hey mom, and Alexandria Miller with a hey grandma. As we get set number 4 underway. Mullinex drives, Craven able to get to it. Retrieved by Alleman, and the free ball sent over by Boudreaux. Into the backcourt to Vaughn. Over to Key, shoves it across. Wilson underneath, Stewart aiming for the sidelines. Mosley reaches out and gets it. 4th consecutive set that the Bears have scored the opening point. And again, we have seen through the last 2, that's not that relevant, just interesting. And you've had 4 sets and 4 first points belonging to the Bears. Served up by Key. Over it goes to Stewart, blocked by Mullinex. And the Bears take an early 2-zip lead. Key again on the serve. Floats it over to Boudreaux. Mullinex setting up Wilson. Goes long, and it's a 3-zip Bear lead. A little reminiscent of set number 2 when the Bears jumped out to a 6-1 lead before the Coyotes scored 8 in a row with Wilson serving. Bears in this one jumping out to a 4-zip lead. Kylie Key again with the serve. Kramer there first. Ottoman setting up Wilson. Mullinax trying to block it, does, but out of bounds. And the Coyotes will pick up their first point in set number 4. Grayson Snow serving. Back set to Key, and Key sticks it in the net. Grayson Snow again on the serve. Line drive shot picked up by Wright. And Mullinax sending it down the line. Aliana Key serving for the Bears. Bears come in riding a 2-game losing streak. Have lost to Wallace Hansville and have lost earlier this afternoon to Coastal North. By the way, we'll get you updated on what's happening with Coastal North. As soon as we hear the latest, they were down 2-0 to Northwest Mississippi tonight. Playing there in Bruton. Floated over by Key to Boudreau. Back set by Ottoman. Stewart steps up, goes cross court. Key's there. Key, mid part of the floor to Boudreau. Shoved over by Ottoman and drops it in. And a reminder, you can watch the coverage online on our website or on YouTube. Sometimes on Facebook too, but not tonight. Tonight doing a YouTube JockJive thing. Mullinax tipping it over. Martin doing the same. Mullinax tipping it over, and Kramer doing the same. Makes it a 6-4 game with Alexandria Miller serving. Into the backcourt to Vaughn. Back set to Dozier. That is off Martin and out of bounds. Bears trying to tie it up at 2. Sierra Stevenson checking into the game for the Bears. Vaughn floats it to Snow. Snow after the set by Ottoman. Back over it goes to Kelly. Drives it down the line. Miller got there. Ottoman and Wilson retrieve. Over to Dozier. And Snow got a hand on it but couldn't get a pass off. Whoops. Gave the score to the wrong folks, right? There we go. 8-4 ball game. Bears on top with the libero Jordan Vaughn serving. And she serves into the net. Rachel Wilson to serve. 20 kills the last time these two teams met for Wilson. Hit 275, 8 digs. Scored 24 points. Snow shoving it to the front line. Martin shoving it over. Key is there. Vaughn. Back bump set to Kelly. Underneath is Wilson. Over it goes to Kramer. Drives. Picked up by Key. Kelly fists it over but out of bounds. And Wilson will again serve. Sends it down the line. That will ricochet off Kelly. Well, in Bruton, it's over. Northwest Mississippi has just knocked off Coastal North. 25-14 in the third set. They'll sweep it. Coastal North will go to 11-11 overall. Blocked by Martin. Into the net from Wilson. That'll go a little bit long. Make it a 10-8 ball game. Mosley will serve. Bumped by Hardigan over to Alleman. Alleman driving across court, able to get a hand on it. Kelly. Bumped by Key to Mosley. Over to Alleman. Drives it, drops it in. Makes it a 1-point game, and the serve will go back over to the Coyotes. 9 serving 10. Setting on the mid part of the floor. Martin will shove it into the net. Bears with a 2-point lead. Those finals in Bruton, Northwest Mississippi, 26-24, 27-25, and 25-14 to beat the North Coyotes. Vaughn digs it, over goes to Key, shoves it across. Trying to pancake at Miller, but couldn't. Sent over by Abby Wright. Alleman to Hardigan, back over to Alleman. Shoves it across on the left side. Grows cross court. Vaughn's there. Key drives it off Martin. And the Bears by 4 with the Coyotes asking for time.
You're organized, driven, focused, ready to create the life of luxury in the most beautiful and unique locations, locally and around the world. Discover hospitality management at Coastal Alabama Community College.
Alleman able to go cross court and drop it in front of the net. On the Bears side of the floor, making it a 3-point game. Serve back over to Martin and company. Kinsley Martin, 3 aces on the year, an .088 hitter, 40 kills, 18 digs coming into the day. Wright gets it first. Key gets the kill. Last time these two teams met, they went 5 sets. Not sure if this one will go 5 or not, but it sure could be headed that way. 4-point Bear lead in set number 4 with a 2-1. Coastal Southley in match play. In set play, the advantage belongs to the Bears at the moment. There is an ace off Craman. Stevenson again serving. Came into the day with a single ace. She's doubled that. Alleman to Hardigan, back to Alleman. Tips it over. Stevenson able to get underneath. Floated over to Hardigan. Sends it to the mid part of the floor. Craman with a back set bump to Alleman. Goes cross court. Sends skyward. Key's got it. Mosley with the free ball into the corner to Boudreaux. Over to Stewart. Shoves it into the backcourt. Mosley's there. Stevenson to Key. Key will shove it across. The lead goes to 6. Stevenson again serving. Bears trying to force a 5th set. Coyotes would prefer to have nothing of a 5th one. They want to wrap it up here. That's off Key. Alleman again on the serve. 134 kills, 146 digs for Alleman. Boudreaux digs it out. Over to Wilson. It was Wright who got it first, and Snow kind of wiggled around the hand. Back to a 6-point Bear lead. Mosley out, Dozier back in for the Bears. And where both teams are concerned, if they're not injured and dressed out, they've been on the floor. Key to Key. Kylie to Aliana, that's off Stewart. And the Bears by 7. Served up by Key. Craman, the first bump. Over goes to Wilson. Alleman able to save it after the block by Mullinax. That time blocked by Kelly. 4 hits on the coastal south side. Bears with an 8-point lead. 6 away from forcing a 5th set. Fisted over by Key. Boudreaux to Alleman. Quick shove over. Vaughn able to get underneath. Over to Key. 20-11 Bears. Key again serving. The lead is 9. They've never had a double-digit lead in this match, but 1 away from making that happen. Stewart. It is saved by Vaughn. Fisted over by Key. Craman is there. Back set to Snow. That will drop in off of Mullinax. And there's your first double-digit Bear lead. 10-point advantage. Timeout on the floor asked for by the Coyotes.
Discover pastry baking at Coastal Alabama Community College.
Bears an impressive 4th set, leading it by 10. 4 away from taking us to a 5th and final one. Over to Stewart. Stewart aiming for the sidelines and drops it in front of that sideline to make it a 21-12 game. Back set by Key. Key sending it over. Stewart got a piece of it. Craman the dig. Wilson the kill. Drops it in the opposite corner. (21-13). Snow serving. That is crushed over by Dozier. Craman over to Alleman, setting up Stewart. Stewart able to launch it over Mullinax and Kelly. Makes it a 22-14 game, 8-point contest with Miller serving. Picked up by Kelly, setting up Mullinax, and Mullinax will drive it over. 2 away from a 5th set are the Bears of Bevill State. Jordan Vaughn with the serve. Snow first pass. Ottoman setting up Wilson. Bangs it across. Key there. Two-handed shove over by Dozier, but she hit it twice. And Wilson will serve, hoping to go on one of those 9 serve runs like she had in the second set. Drives it over to Kelly. Back over it goes to Kelly from Key. Picked up by Miller. Bumped by Ottoman. Free ball sent over by Snow. That is Stevenson with the kill, and we're a point away from a 5th set. Mosley in the serve. Bears have pushed us to a 5th set with an impressive 25-15 win in set number 4. Well, heck, when you've imagined it. Knotted up at 2 as we head to the 5th and final set on a Friday of volleyball from Bay Minette.
Think you need a 4-year degree to make good money? Think again. Get training in your own backyard. Master electrical and mechanical skills, process controls, hydraulics and pneumatics, and land a job that can take you anywhere. Start your path to a career that pays. Discover electrical and instrumentation technology at Coastal Alabama Community College.
Just about all White Jones County. Diving catch it, shortstop. Gross. Towards the gap. Diving catch in center field by Ben Aklinski. There is a shot towards deep short. Crafts got it. Long throw over, and he got it.
University of Alabama Online, where legends log in. A tradition of excellence. Decades of experience in distance learning. Empowering students of all ages. More than 90 degree and certificate programs to advance your career. UA Online. Flexible, affordable, legendary. Let your computer be your campus. Visit online.ua.edu.
Is the 7 guy. Right up the middle, base hit, back-to-back base hit. Starter with a double, the single from Cumbie coming to the plate and tagged down at home.
Think you need a 4-year degree to make good money? Think again. Get training in your own backyard. Master a skill to land a job fast. And start your path to a career that pays. Discover welding at Coastal Alabama Community College. So what are you waiting for?
August 31st, they went to 5 sets. South won it. Well, heck, why not do it again here in Bay Minette? Go to the 5th one. And the Coyotes trying to make it another 5-set win over the Bears of Bevill State. It is a do-or-die set with Kinsley Martin serving as we get action underway. Bears have scored first every set and do it in the 5th. And more significance to the points, though, with 10 lopped off what you got to get. Instead of going to 25, we go to 15, so those points much more valuable. And the early advantage in this one belonging to Bevill State. Floated over to Boudreaux. Setting up Snow to the left side, and she'll go way long. And if you're Coastal South, you can't afford one of those 4, 5, or 6-0 starts in a 15-point max. Just so much difference than in a 25-point match or set. I mean, almost a 2-for-1. Not quite, but almost. So if you go on a 5-0 start in a 15-point match, it's almost like a 10-0 start in a 25-point set. Over the key, shoves it over. Boudreaux with a dig. Craman sending it to Snow. Snow will launch it across. Dug out by Wright, driven over by Mullinax. Setting up Craman. Launches it into the backcourt. Back set to Dozier. Two-hand shove over. Boudreaux able to get there. Setting up Stewart. Drives it. Ricochets off the roof, but Wright plays it nicely. Free ball sent over by Vaughn. Setting up Stewart. Key. Touched it last. And the Coyotes make it a 2-1 game. 8 points in. At least, well, not an cumulative 8, but when one of the two hits 8, they will swap sides of the floor. Of course, that floor swapping was history during COVID. It is back now. As a matter of fact, we started the year and it still wasn't happening, but back now, and we'll see that midway through this one. Key serving. Coastal South 1-1 in 5-set matches. Bevill State is 1-3. Served up by Key. Craman able to get there. Ottoman setting up Stewart. Drives it over. Rolled off the top of the net. And drops in front of Vaughn. Grayson Snow serving. Back set to Dozier. That'll go off Wilson and out of bounds. Bears trying to snap a 2-game losing streak. Coyotes trying to snap a 4-game one. Vaughn serving. Libero to Libero. Vaughn to Boudreaux. Wilson blocked by Stevenson. Ottoman with a back set. Stewart driving it off Vaughn. Alexandria Miller serving. Three serving 5, and that will drop in. Miller with the ace to make it a 1-point game. Bears thinking long, Miller thinking just right. Miller coming into the day with 15 aces. Adding to the total, second best on the team. Key over to Kelly, and Kelly drops it in. 6 serving 4, Mosley to serve. 9 aces on the year. Mosley a negative .042 hitter. You can have negative numbers. As a matter of fact, fairly common. Especially those who do not attack often. And as a matter of fact, if you look at these two teams, as Craman gets the kill, Bears have got 1, 2, 3, 4 in negative numbers hitting wise. And the Coyotes 1, 2, 3, 3. So 7 of the ladies on the floor hitting into negative numbers. Shoved over by Kelly, picked up by Snow, shoved over by Alleman. Cramen tipping it over Stevenson, and Kelly couldn't dive and save. A 1-point game. Rachel Wilson, the freshman middle hitter. Nibble the net, Key got to it. Mosley setting up Key. Snow underneath. Martin drives it but goes long. And somebody's at 8. Do we not swap sides? Yeah, there we go. On for a minute, we weren't going to do it. You know, we didn't do it, as I mentioned, during the COVID era, but now that, well, it's not history, right? Still got plenty of it, but it's not having the impact that it had, the really negative, detrimental impact on health. So a lot of the things that left her back. And I know it's really tiny, but the swapping of sides, it's just, if you're a volleyball purist or traditionalist, it's kind of part of the makeup. So it feels like we're back to the norm, back to normal, where volleyball is concerned with the swap, and it's midway through the 5th. Fisted over by Hardigan. Bumps it to Snow. Back set to Alleman. And Alleman will drive it in. Make it a 1-point game. Serve back over to the other side of the floor. Bevill stayed in their first meeting. 1 sets 1 and 3. Coyotes won 2, 4, and 5. In this one, Bears set 1 and set 4. Coyotes 2, 3, and hoping for 5. We are knotted up at 8. Cramen will serve. You have got to win by 2. Vaughn first pass, bumped over to Key, drives it into the backcourt. Miller setting up Alleman, tips it over that front line, dug out by Key. Stevenson able to get there. Free ball from Vaughn. Hardigan setting up Martin. Mosley gets to it. Bumped over to Key. Tips it across. Cramen underneath. Hardigan to Alleman. Alleman drives it. Coyotes their first lead in the 5th set. Timeout on the floor as the Coyotes have gone out in front by 1.
What's up, y'all? Here at Coastal, Alabama. I'm about to go and get this leg day started. Let's get it. We're here again after it today. You're... Hey, let's go, baby. Let's ride. Yes, sir.
Coyotes taking their first lead in set number 5, 9-8 advantage with Cramen serving. Errant first pass, but Bears get over it with the Key return. Alleman shoving it over. Able to dig it out right. Key shoving it into the backcourt. Miller's there, setting up Martin, and Martin will drop it in. Coyotes trying to build some momentum. Lead it by 2. At this point in the game, the comfort margin is about a 5-point lead. I mean, that's not particularly comfortable. Just a little more than 2, though. As Cramen serves it. What a job by Wright. An errant Vaughn pass, but Wright able to retrieve it. That will go long. Vaughn reached up to get a hand on it, then decided it was going long. It does. And she was able to pull those hands down. Stevenson to serve. Gets the ace off Miller. We're tied at 10. Stevenson again on the serve. But it will happen after the timeout. At the last timeout, Coyotes by 1. At this one, knotted up at 10.
About to start my day, but first, coffee. Here with my coastal crew. Woo! And that's how I end my day at Coastal Alabama Community College.
Ten-apiece contest here in set number 5 with Sierra Stevenson serving. Coyotes and Bears battling into set number 5. Miller, first pass. Over it goes to Snow. Sends it into the backcourt off Mosley. Coyotes by 1 with the serve back over to the home side of the floor. Kinsley Martin, the 088 hitter with 3 aces on the season. Serves it up. Right first pass. Mosley setting up Mullinax. Mullinax will drive it over. We're tied again. Kylie Key will serve. 8 aces on the year. 22 kills. 92 digs. Boudreaux first pass. Silver goes to Alleman. Shoves it to the other side of the floor off Dozier. And back and forth we go. Alleman now serving for South. Picked up by Dozier. Key with the back set. And that is Key with the tip over. Over goes to Wilson, and Wilson shoves it through the Mullinax, and Dozier block. Back to a 2-point lead. They led it by 2, 10-8. Before the Bears knotted it up by 2 again at 13-11. Served up by Alleman. Dozier over to Key, shoved over by Key, drops it in front of Boudreaux. Aliana Key serving. 12 serving 13, 5th set. Alleman setting up Wilson. Go to your power. She drops it in front of the inline. Set and match point for the Coyotes. And a timeout for the Bears.
It's early here at Coastal Alabama, but I'm going to head over to the student union and maybe meet some friends, and then I'll head to class. I finally made it to class. See you later, Coastal fam.
What a battle between these two into the 5th set, 14-12. Set and match point for the Coyotes. Snow serve. Dozier launches it over. Boudreaux in the backcourt. It is tipped over. Alleman wins it for the Coyotes, and this one will go final 15-12. What a battle between the two. And it comes to an end with the Coyotes snapping a 4-game losing streak and defeating for the 2nd time this season in 5 sets the Bears of Bevill State. Bears taking the first set 25-21, the 4th one 25-15. Coyotes take 2, 3, and 5, 25-16, 25-18, and 15-12. And that'll wrap up a busy Friday of volleyball from both Bay Minette and Bruton. Tomorrow, lots of baseball, got some football too. Showcase Series baseball starting at 10, and a top 15 matchup in the NJCAA. Snow College and Georgia Military College at noon. We'll see you then. For all the folks with the Coastals and JockJive, I'm Robert Williamson. So long, everybody.